Y'all, I am honestly tired of having to caretake my anxiety and having my nervous system be in like burnout fried mode. I'm so physically tired from it. I wanted to talk about this subject because I really and truly don't want to see any other people go down this route, and I've seen honestly quite a lot of people that I love actually dearly as well that have gone down this road and absolutely, for lack of any more delicate phrases, burned themselves to a crisp. And my intention with this video is to highlight the state that my nervous system is in. I struggled a little bit to decide what to title the video because I like to focus on the positives and give you guys that sense of hope, because there is a light at the end of the tunnel, which is something I'm always saying over and over. And at the same time, I want to acknowledge the state that one can truly find themselves in. Now, you guys may or may not know about me or may not sense about me that I'm not someone who is high strung, in the sense of I don't prefer a schedule that is super fast paced and go from here to there to everywhere all of the time. I require some time out in nature nearly every day if possible, whereby I am quiet, potentially grounding, planting, working with the plants or the animals or whatever in relative silence or quiet environments. And what's been really astounding me in this time of allowing my nervous system to really recover is that it's taking me so much mental effort, shall we say, to allow myself to accept where I am, one, and two, the requirements that I presently have in order to recover my nervous system. What I mean by that is, a lot of days when I become aware of what it is that I need to do in order to nourish myself according to my higher self's wishes, the self of me that I know exists, that maybe I'm not quite there yet, right? The point is, with this video, that I'd like to try and help prevent other people from reaching this level of burnout. And what I specifically wanted to highlight or touch on in this video, which is because I was physically feeling it, is that one of the reasons you don't want to end up ideally in this situation, besides the obvious, is that it physically is difficult to allow yourself to relax. If you do, in fact, perhaps achieve, for example, with myself, allowing yourself to rest physically, well, guess what? In my case, then my mind decides to take over and overcompensate and starts to chatter away with all these nonsense things. And I really do use the word nonsense because if we let our mind run wild, it will really do exactly that. It will run wild. Run wild, child. That actually used to be one of my nicknames. Anyway. So the point of me making this video is, again, to touch on how, one, I'm physically feeling, which is tired in a way that I genuinely do not have the words for. There's a kind of tired when, for example, you have the flu or something like that, where all you really want to do is lay in bed, and all you probably can do is like binge watch something at that time because your body physically needs to lay still. Well, in this case, the burnout's so severe that even if I'm able to rest physically, it's like my mind takes up the job and is like, oh no, we can't have any of that laziness nonsense you got to do, and starts, I kid you not, making like mental to-do lists up the wazoo. And it's crazy making, as my former therapist used to say. I miss her dearly. She was so good. And no, she's still alive. Wasn't saying anything of the like, just she was excellent and I miss her and she retired. Anyway, in the effort to save any future me's from going down this path and allowing yourself to, in essence, honestly, be bullied by the hustle culture that, whether we like it or not, does exist out there in the world right now still, even if it's on its winding end, the long winding road, even if it's on the way out, still, it's our responsibility to take care of what we can do and to not participate and to bring awareness to this, what it's doing to, that was a great analogy, Emily, what it's doing to our nervous systems on a literal physical level. And again, the particular reason I want to touch on it in this video is because the way in which it's hitting me. So I described the way you feel when you have a flu. It's like that, but on so much deeper of a level. You know, the aches you feel when you have the flu, it's almost like a deep ache, and you can't actually even tangibly feel it. It's just there, kind of nagging in the back of your mind. It feels like you're being physically pulled into the ground more, like every physical action that you take is more effort. Silly example nonetheless, climbing the stairs, ordinary task for, people who are able-bodied, and yet now sometimes winds me. And one might ask yourself, well, why is it winding you? The answer is none other and truly than my nervous system is just on such a constant state of alert right now that no matter what I consciously choose at the moment to say to it, it is still just like, it's essentially, it's running on its hamster wheel. And you know how, I can't exactly think of something specific. Say like something like a water wheel. If you've ever seen a water wheel, which is sort of a spoked kind of an object and it spins, I'll try to insert a picture of something like this if I can. Like a hamster wheel, but in this case we're talking of water and it moves very fast. It's as if that water wheel was in motion, or a gear spinning really, really fast. Maybe that's a better example. A gear spinning really, really fast. If you try to, and please don't do this ever because you'll end up losing your finger. If you try to stick your finger in it, or you'll see a better example, do this without even touching anything, please do it without touching anything. In fact, don't try this at all. It's just an example, people. So anyway, if, however, it's for the sake of motion, physics example, if you try to throw something, be it a stick, be it a brick, be it a whatever, into a very fast moving, already in motion gear, what will happen, you'll know if you've ever tried it, and I stupidly have done something of the like, is that when the propelled object hits the wheel in motion, it'll be like, phew, and goes flying, whoosh, off into space for all you're concerned. And the reason that I bring that up is as an example for my nervous system, because my nervous system is like the water wheel going in motion at that state. So even though I may be consciously being, we are okay, we are safe, and genuinely may be doing a task, for example, as innocuous as reading a book for self-improvement, example, my mind is still finding some reason to make me anxious or to just make me feel on edge, and ultimately I end up in that fight or flight state, which is of course not productive to healing one's nervous system, because then you're still like you feel like you're, I don't know, electrified for no reason. It's very much like an adrenaline rush you can't shake, and which I guess is sort of similar to the wonderful feeling of anxiety. So at any rate, I wanted to draw the attention to please don't allow yourself to fall into this hypnotic state of hustle culture in any form or fashion. Really, 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 I'm sincerely saying that. Because if we just go, 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 and we never ever stop, this is what can happen. And I really am a prime example. That's actually why I'm kind of humiliatedly, whatever, using myself as the example, because hello, I'm living this. Hi, people. Hey, it's me. New phone, who dis? No, old phone, new program, or something, or new phone, new program. Bad example, please. Don't anybody quote me on that. Anyway, I wanted to just say, take care of your nervous system. Your nervous system is important and is something which we, one, take for granted, and two, which, here's the real thing of it all, it's not easy to rebuild or restore. And in fact, that was the other sort of side point I wanted to draw attention and make a point of saying, is that the amount of time that it is taking me to recover my nervous system in comparison to the amount of time it took really to get into this state is a lot more. The healing time is a lot, well, it feels it at any rate. I'm saying it to myself in the future, perhaps. At this moment, it feels like it's taking this much more time compared to something else healing. So if this video has perhaps been of any help to you, please do share it with anyone you know that it also might serve. Subscribe, as that does help me very much as a small content creator to get the message out there like this to those that need to hear it. And last but not least, if you, my beautiful spirit soul, need any support or coaching, please don't hesitate to reach out at this email address, where it would be my genuine pleasure to serve you in any way I can, particularly if you need help with your health. Have a beautiful and a blessed rest of your day or night. Namaste, much love, and I will see you, beautiful cats, in the next one. Bye. Stay healthy. So my nervous, but like, oh, she's still alive, wasn't saying anything of the like, just she was excellent and I missed her and she retired. Anyway, so I wish I could think of a better, even more tangible example. My mind decides to take over and overcompensate and starts to chatter away with all these nonsense things. And I really do use the word nonsense because if we let our mind run wild, it will really do exactly that. It will run wild. That was a great analogy, Emily. Run wild, child. If we just go, 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 and we never ever stop, this is what can happen. The long winding road, the negatives. In fact, don't try this at all. It's just an example, people. Whooshoo! Hey, me. New phone, who dis?